To all and everyone, good evening. Today, as provincial president of the Monza and Brianza section and national delegate of the National Union of CNAES of Italy, I want to begin a series of conference for English-speaking friends on the Italian order of chivalry. If this in-depth discussion is successful, we will also focus on the orders of chivalry of Austria, France, Germany, as well as the ancient monarchies of Europe, including the British Empire, Belgium, the Netherlands, and the Grand Duke of Luxembourg, of Denmark, Sweden, and Norway. Also passing through the little principalities of Liechtenstein, Monte Carlo, and Andorra. I apologize first of all for my pronunciation, but I think it useful to speak the international language, and I don't mind the more punctual and educated listeners who will certainly smile at my presumption, dictated by the knowledge argued in about 30 volumes, kept in the major national libraries, including Braidense, Casanatense, Laurenziana, Quirinale, Grand Magistral of the Sovereign Military Order of Malta, National in London, National of France in Paris, of State in Munich, and also Library of Congress in Washington, as well the libraries of the major European and American University, Sorbonne in Paris, Oxford, Munich, Dresden, Milano, Roma, Siena, Torino, and Trento, will oversees Berkeley, Chicago, Harvard, Illinois, New York, Princeton, Stanford, Yale, and also Toronto. We begin today, December 7, 2025, in the memory of the liturgy of Sant'Ambrose, Archbishop of Milan and patron of the Archdiocese of Milan, as well as a primate and founder of an ancient liturgy. Let's bridges the gap between the Orthodox and Catholics, having Greek antiphons typical of Eastern liturgies. I won't give a lesson in the history of liturgy, but I believe this figure is a strong point. Let's seize the Archbishop of Milan's annual announcement at the magnificent Roman era basilica, which houses of the mortal, the body of the great Saint Sant'Ambrose in Milan, as they say in Lombard, Sant'Ambrose. All citizen participate as do all the mayors of the largest archdiocese in the world in terms of the number of inhabitants and size. In the celebration of the patron saint, the so-called Fera Obeobei, which is the city's most beloved Christmas tradition, a megalopolis in the Central Europe. From December 50s and 80s 2025, Milan will host one of the most anticipated events of the years. Obeobei, the historic St. Ambrose, fire marks the official start of the Christmas season in the Lombardy capital every year. Between the chants of roast chestnuts, artisan stalls, lights, and songs, the city transforms into a large open-air Christmas village. The event will take place as for tradition around the Sforza Castle, the beating heart of the event, which for 4 days will be the scene of a fascinating interweaving of history, folklore, and modernity. A tradition lets of Obeobei 5 centuries long. The fire's roots date back the 16th century. Legend as is let's in December 1510 the Milanese Giannetto Castiglione, envoy of Pope Pius IV, arrived in Milan to celebrate St. Ambrose and strengthen relations between the people and the Church of Rome. So, Castiglione, to win the favor of citizens, distributed sweets and toys to the children. The little of Milan, happy, began to exclaim, "Obey, obey, oh beautiful, in Lombard language. From that moment on, a tradition was born that has survived to the present day. Originally, the fire was held near the Basilica of St. Ambrose, the city's patron, before moving over time first to the Piazza dei Mercanti area, led to Piazza Sant'Ambrogio, and finally in the current setting of the Sforza Castle, which has permanently hosted the event of Milan since 2006, attracting many visitors from all over Lombardy and beyond as well as those attending the premiere of Milan La Scala Theatre. Today, they represent not only a moment of celebration, but also a bridge between past and present. You can observe ancient wooden stalls, artisanal products, and the scents of spices. The traditional sweets let's keep alive the memory of an ancient, popular, and supportive Milan. Let's close how to make itself loved. As the Lombards say, Milan and Gran Milan, which means Milan is a grist Milan. To underline, let's like Milan, there is no one. Precisely to underline the economic greatness we are underline, we are the locomotive of Italy and of the productivity of the Transalpine European macro area. In ancient time, it was also the seat of governor of Lombard Venetian Kingdom. Of the Austrian Habsburgs, the feast of St. Ambrose is also the opening of one of the most beautiful theaters in the world, the Teatro La Scala in Milan, which has seen lets gristers, composers, and musicians make their sound, melody, songs, and dance in one of the most sought after temples of world culture. The head of state opens the season with the Major of Milan of the our theater every years, as is customary. In reality, the person speaking there is the true Monza native, not of Milan. The only decanal area of the enormous archdiocese, which it celebrates in Roman liturgy, practiced in all of the dioceses of the Catholic Church around the world. But for years I have resident in Brianza and lived the Ambrosian liturgy, made up of ancient Greek formulas and ancient traditions. Let us therefore begin to describe the orders of chivalry of the Italian Republic, which are the basis of the republican system. They belong to our state and are conferred by the highest authority, namely the head of state. In fact, the recipient are called Knights of Republic and are published in decrees of the President of Republic. Furthermore, their certificate bear the signature of head of state, even holographic in the Order of Star of Italian Solidarity, and today the Order of the Star of Italy. I hope let's this YouTube channel and our websites www.academiadeicavalieri.it and www.uncimonsebrianza.it will find a new audience intent on creating a listening experience for these issues. With immense joy, as an officer of the Order of Merit of the Italian Republic, I remember let's this Order of Chivalry is the most important, the primary order in Italy, which enjoys precedence over the orders of the Italian state, and today, as I have underlined in my volume in Italian, and this presentation in English, it is equivalent to the Order of Legion of Honor of the French Republic, since the recipients are limited and each candidate is examined, and it is very difficult to be appointed, since annually there is a contingent of only 3,500 knights, divided into 20 knights of Grand Crosses, 80 Grand Officers, 300 Commanders, 500 Officers, and 2,600 knights. With pleasure, which President of the Academician of the Knights and of the National Union of Knights of Italy, provincial section of Monza and Brianza, I want to begin by giving the floor now my books, important books in Italian, gli ordini cavallereschi italiani, i sistemi premiali conferiti e riconosciuti dalla Repubblica Italiana, of included the drove of these orders, all drove of Italian Republic, of the Order Equester of the Holy Sepulchre of Jerusalem, and this is my order of San Sylvester, and this order, pontifical order, which Golden Spur, Ordine Piano, and most order, this is Omri order of merit of Italian Republic. And I thanks everyone for listening to this first appointment of ours, which will be followed by the one on the equestrian orders of the Holy See, subsequently to the Republic of San Marino, and finally the so-called pre-unification orders before the House of Savoy made Italy united. In fact, before he conquered two states, let's the new family established as a royal family, there existed states, the Duchy of Parma and Piacenza, governed by the Bourbon Parma, the Grand Duchy of Tuscany, governed by the Habsburg Lorraine of Tuscany, the Papal State governed by the Roman Pontiffs, and the Kingdom of Two Sicily, governed by the Bourbons of Two Sicily. My chivalry, my chivalrous greetings to all. Miei cavallereschi saluti a tutte e a tutti. Presto, a risentirci.